Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for negatives? Okay, so here's the deal. There's this thing that most people do where they say, you know what, that's optional and therefore does not qualify for negatives. Optionals qualify for positives, of course, nobody has ever doubted that. But optionals do not qualify for negatives. You can't give something a negative because it's optional. If this sounds nonsensical, please keep in mind that I've been hearing this argument for longer than the Oblivion line. Like, this predates the Oblivion line by a good 2 or 3 years. It's one of the most common defenses I hear of games, is you can't ding such and such because it's not mandatory. So, let me explain why that's not true. First and foremost, we're not reviewing a part of the game, we're reviewing as much of the game as possible. That includes things that are optional. Second of all, things that are optional are things that are a gradient. How optional something is actually varies. It varies based on the game, it varies based on the object, and it varies based on the person. Even the playthrough, it can vary.
Come on!
Third, and most importantly of all,
Come on!
what is optional is not clearly defined. So, for example, let's assume for a moment that I was to gauge only the stuff that is mandatory in, say, Final Fantasy VI. So you might think, well, that's most of the game, right? Actually, no. There are huge swaths of FF6 that are completely optional. And, therefore, none of which count for the purposes of review. None of them qualify, and therefore we shouldn't review any of them. It's all or nothing, right? No positives or negatives means no optional. Yeah, the World of Ruin, you don't have to recruit Sabin. We'll just start with that. A lot of people don't even know that. And you could just walk up here, take the ship over, go through the South Figaro Cave, go through the castle, go up to Kohlegan, recruit Setzer, get the ship, go to Final Dungeon. That's it. So, now, obviously, you're thinking, well, that's ridiculous, but that's my point. Because I do actually agree that there's a gradient of optional, and I tend to not ding things like, for example, what would it take to, I don't know, max out the sphere grid in Final Fantasy X. I'm not going to ding Final Fantasy X on the gameplay axis because maxing out the sphere grid is this colossal, arduous, 50-hour trip of doom. Because, while it sucks, that is sufficiently far down the tree that, yeah, no, I'm not going to ding it for that. That's like dinging a game for doing a level 1 playthrough, or dinging Mega Man for the fact that I can do a Buster-only run, right? However, in a huge quantity of games, most content sits closer to the middle here, where you don't actually have to do this stuff, but the game either encourages you to, or it's meat content, or there's plenty of reasons why you'd want to, right? So up here in the middle is the content, well, and also this, is the content we review, right? Which, of course, brings me to this screen. So, how optional this is of course debatable. But once again, this is all good stuff. So this is the synthesis stuff. This is crafting in Kingdom Hearts 1. Now, crafting's pretty linear in Kingdom Hearts 1. There's not a lot of, depth to it. Most enemies have a loot table. They drop certain items. You get certain items. You use them to make items. That's it. That's basically it. That's the totality of it. So, this kind of sucks. What you may or may not be able to see is the red names on the right are indicative of the enemies that drop those items. What you may not be able to see on stream is the white number next to the red name. That is the drop rate. You may not notice that most of those are around 2 to 4%. Some are 6, some are 12, some are 1, some are 8, some are 12, there's a 4, there's another 4, there's a bunch of 4s. There's another 1. There's several 1s here. Yeah, these are not great drop rates, and I've argued this for literal decades at this point, that in a single-player game, there is no feasible, reasonable reason for drop rates to ever drop below 10% at the absolute minimum. So that's already something that kind of makes me raise an eyebrow. And yeah, then there's the other thing. In Final Mix, there's unique loot for some of this stuff, like Crystal Crown down here. This thing down here. Grand Ghost. Okay, that's not too bad. But, where is it? Oh god, I don't even know what it is. There are others. Now, there are a couple of ways to increase the drop rate here. But that still boils down to literal hours spent grinding out items in order to craft stuff. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, it's just optional and you're dumb and you shouldn't give any negative to this beloved classic because I love this game. And that's a valid argument. However, I am going to give negatives to this beloved classic because most of this is, first of all, way too grindy. Just way too grindy. I'm sorry. No, you're correct, Noctis. Although I would argue against that, but I have actually spent the entire break, other than eating a bowl of cereal and washing my face, grinding. I have gotten enough things, I think, for one item. So that's the first problem. The grind itself. Just the grind itself. Now, it's funny, I think I've already given that negative. Nope, I am wrong. So that's the second problem, is most of the stuff you can craft is actually pretty good. That's the other problem. Like, this is good gear. In fact, most of the best gear in the game, at least in the original, was from crafting. The Crystal Crown down here, or like the Ribbon or the Cosmic Arts. These are very, very good pieces of equipment. Let's ignore the ultimate weapons all down here at the bottom. Yeah, I was going to say, I was looking over this list. This is the Final Mix list, and it does actually look worse than the original. Which is funny when you think about it. But anyways, so it's grindy, and it's worthwhile. That's not great. So it's stuff I actively want, and content I will effectively be missing out on, because, you know, in order to get it, I have to go run in a circle for hours. Okay. And oh god, the mushroom stuff. I was glancing at some of the mushroom stuff. Holy crap. Oh, there it is. Sniper Wild right there. Oh yeah, Pink Agaricus. This lovely guy over here. You actually already told me about this guy. We've in fact encountered him in the Undersea Cave. I have yet to get him to pop in the treehouse. I don't know, it's just a random bad luck or whatever. But how necessarily the great piece of gear for progression of doing things? That's a very good question. If you only care about the mandatory stuff, not very. If you want to do anything else, well, optional fights can be pretty mean in this. I do agree with you, Blitchville. Obviously, again, my overall point is that it is a gradient. And that's why we have to gauge how much of a thing this is, because levels don't give you a tremendous amount of increased output in this game. Gear can massively increase your overall your power output in Kingdom Hearts 1. I mean, in a lot of games, really. It's nothing unique to this one.
Fire!
So, in the effort, the main reasoning for me in this exact run is I kind of wanted to show off at least a little bit of the optional stuff, which, well, means grinding.
Thunder!
God, yes, Little. Please? 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 Oh yeah, that's another thing. Ultimate Weapon, the reward for doing all the crafting, is really good in the first game. And you can get it pretty much now. Like, I think the only thing that's preventing me from doing this is sealing the Hollow Bastion keyhole. So, like, if I just beelined Hollow Bastion, got the keyhole, and then went and did the grind, we could have Ultima now, you know? I don't know what cheats exist for the PC Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know what my options are there. Let's see if I get an arrow over here. Oh, do we? Okay, well, never mind. Apparently we'd have to actually make it to the final stage.
Defend!
Damn it! Ah, this is just... I saw the guy on the right. I've been grinding for the last hour. I don't know what you want from me. do this to me, Luke? Why?
Defense!
God damn it! Well, yeah, like, for example, the adamant armor in FF4 is something that I will not ding. I think it's ridiculous. And it's entirely too rare for something that is so incredible. No, I had a bowl of cereal. That is so incredibly unnecessary for the game. But, yeah, I'm not going to ding it for it. That's not a negative. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to give a negative for the adamant armor. This game, the adamant armor itself actually has a pretty similar drop rate. Default, hang on, there's an asterisk here. Default to a lot of the individual items I want to grind, of which I need multiple. Now, the asterisk is... There's this ability, which I think I have now. Maybe, I don't know. Jeez. Oh, okay, well, Donald has it. Yeah, there you go. Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike straight up improves... I don't remember the percent, but it improves the drop rate. I've already got it on Donald, and I already have it on Goofy. And I will eventually get it as well. So that does up it, and that is something that helps mitigate some of how terrible this is. Definitely more towards the adamant. I really have spent hours and hours and hours grinding up the ultimate weapon in this game. I've never done it in Final Mix. I'm not sure I ever will, honestly. That sounds like a hell of a time consumer. And time is not something I have a lot of right now. But let's see what we've gotten. So I've actually spent some time in Atlantica, I've spent some time in Jungle, and I've spent some time here. Oh, in terms of usefulness? So it's not as overpowered as the adamant armor, which is obviously ridiculously powerful. But it's much more useful, especially for the optional stuff. Now, I know the counter-argument, I can hear the counter-argument right now, and it's, you don't actually need all that gear to do the super optional stuff. And you're right. The overwhelming majority of stuff in this game can be perfect blocked, parried, or otherwise completely avoided. Good freaking luck. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we can make the rune armlet, is what I was working on. And surely something else. Energy bangle, that's it. Jesus. Okay, so now we can make a couple of other things. And I guess that's it. Yeah, and that's it. So I spent the last hour getting those 4 items. Not everyone can do the level 1 playthrough. You can. You can do a level 1 playthrough in Kingdom Hearts. You can do near damageless runs of Kingdom Hearts. I only say near because I'm not actually 100% on that, so don't quote me on that. 3 each block, Pajama Day. Yeah, there's probably some cheats. I meant what I said. I haven't actually looked into it. And that's ultimately my point. I just spent an hour getting 4 items, and it looks like they're only just side grades to what I have right now, which is a damn shame. We'll put them on Donald and Goofy. What do we got here? Let's see. We just got the Gaia Bangle. Yep. And then... no, actually, I do want you to keep having that. For you... I can tell you specifically, Pajama Day, I was farming basically everything in Atlantica to get Thunder Gems and Frost Gems, and then I was farming all of the big guys in Agrabah, and then I was farming the Yellow Mage dudes and, oh god, something else, the Flying Soldiers in Traverse Town, and then I was finishing up in Halloween Town in order to try and get something else. I don't actually remember what else. And I noticed the white mushrooms there, and that's what I was doing it there. But anyways, that's what I've been grinding. Gosh, I had the other one. Let's just do that. There you go. Boom. Enjoy. I've also gained a few levels on the way. One thing I will give this game is that leveling is not particularly slow. Like, I'm already level 68, and 99, or actually I think 100, is the cap. Leveling's fine. I mean, there's ways to speed it up, but shrug. There's actually a lot of ways to speed it up. But for us, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, just grinding items for the synthesis will get you pretty good experience. More like 15 or so, but yeah. No! No! Why? That actually threw me. There we go. No comments at all during the lunch break. At least not that I saw. I suppose I should look. Hang on. Wow, I really am getting two-shot. People yelling about Starfield in the comments. I don't know if I'd call that fun. Don't worry, they're yelling at each other. Y'all can yell at each other as much as you want to. Oh, sorry. I thought I already answered you, Kennex Cow. Nintendo. Anything Nintendo. Anything Nintendo. Mario, Kirby, Metroid, Zelda, F-Zero, Fire Emblem, Pokemon. No, there's this one dude who decided... I actually read his comment out loud about he was berating me for being mad about, you know, Starfield's vehicles. And then two people yelled at that guy for being an apologist towards Starfield, and you get the idea. You know, I never did figure out what the stars are for in these missions. Like, or rather, if I did, I have no memory of it. Oh, that's another one, Splatoon. I can see a Splatoon world working out. Did I mention Zelda? Ah, Stars of Fulfield. Gotcha. Didn't break it in time. That's funny. Exactly the Nerith. How dare you like any game ever? The dude was an asshole, so I don't feel like being kind towards him. There's nothing wrong with liking Starfield, something I've said many, many times. In fact, I actually know 2 people who actually enjoy Starfield, and good on them. Nothing excuses you being an asshole. I am sorry for the internet issues, Kennex Cow. One of the things I plan to do after I take over the world is actually fix the internet infrastructure of the entire world. It's gonna take a minute, but we'll get there. one thing to do is to get rid of the asshole. Do you mean that literally, sir? No, obviously. God. Yeah, having an opinion is fine within reason. Being a jerk about it is less fine. Oh man, Kirby would totally work well for Kingdom Hearts. Not even joking. God, Pillars of Snow. Watch, it's gonna be like 20 hours. You're just gonna shame me here. For the record, we're already over 20 hours in this playthrough. I'm not even to the last dungeon yet. Oh no, we banter all the time here. Oh, I believe you, Pillars of Snow. They keep track of stuff like that. All the gummy pieces, all the minigames played, all the crafting stuff. Where's Belle? In the castle. So what are you doing down here then? Joining your party. So, all the princesses are in the castle, for some strange reason. Oh no, it would be even better than that. DDD would join, like, the Heartless, as he, like, DDD would try to save the world, and in the process of doing so, he would fall to darkness, and that would turn him into a Heartless. But he's actually a good guy, because that's what happens every single time with DDD. Shoot, that doesn't even sound bad now that I'm saying that out loud. That's a good question, Elizar. If you figure out the answer to that, please let me know. Yeah, the problem is Disney. The number of things that applies to is really funny when you think about it. Interesting. Pancakes. I mean, good, but I'm surprised that worked, honestly. I guess the old cable was getting frayed. It's old. You know, what's funny is I don't think this is actually supposed to be ice. It sure looks like it, though, doesn't it? Oh yeah, no, Disney has always been problematic. Going as far back as Walt Disney himself. Well, apparently it is ice. Wow, that's actually news to me. I need to start counting up how many times I'm wrong during this run. We're up to like 10 so far. What am I doing? I mean, for our purposes, this is one of the better Keyblades we're going to get for a while. I'm ready, Pillars of Snow. It's either going to be way lower than I think, or even higher than I'm expecting. At this point, we're killing for drops, not for experience. That's the funny thing with grinding in Kingdom Hearts. This is true in a lot of RPGs. At a certain point, you're not really after levels anymore. You're just after the drops. Or the materia points, or the MP, whatever. Tech points, you get it. How in God's name, Pillars of Snow? That is literally a third of what I was predicting. Jesus Christ. That is barely twice the amount of time we spent on the game in a normal-ass review playthrough. What's been really funny with Kingdom Hearts 1 in specific is I don't know Kingdom Hearts 1 as well as every other game in the series. So I keep conflating facts in it with other games. It's like, wait, hang on, was that in 2?
Come on! Heal!
I should look up a speedrunning thing. See how much it actually, whoops, wrong button. See how much it actually changes the drop rate. Surely they've reverse engineered it by now.
Here! Stop! One more! Take that!
You know, I usually refuse to answer those questions out of principle, Eleazar, because the overwhelming majority of people ask them are just being dicks about it. Plus, it irritates me personally. However, I will go ahead and tell you we are not playing on easy and we're not playing on proud. I'm not sure what other modes exist in 1. Oh god, I'm not sure, Pajama. That's a good question. Yeah, as I say, I didn't recognize those invisible soldiers, so I'm guessing that's a Final Mix thing. That's the other thing. I've never actually played Final Mix. So this is kind of my first time playing it. It's been weird.
This is it!
What in the world, Mr. Ed? What is wrong with... you know what? I can't say anything. My biological family is worse than yours. I hope so, Ross, but I don't know. You know what we should do? I should do this. This should be a thing. I'm going to make it a thing right now in Discord. What beloved classics haven't we reviewed yet? Just come up with a list. Let's see here. Oh, God damn it, Luke. I just noticed the GIF you sent. Is Sly Cooper a beloved classic? I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, we haven't touched the Final Fantasies, and I'm okay with waiting on that. But yeah, Pokemon Gen 1, which is actually on the block. Morrowind, yep. We have played Jak 1, yes. Probably not Saber for Wife. Aha! All 3 Lucky Strike abilities. The drop rate is multiplied by 2.5%. Wait, 2.5%? So 4% goes up to... hang on. Okay, yeah, that makes way more sense. I was gonna say, hold up. Okay, so 4% goes up to, what would that be, like 10 instead? 10%? That is more reasonable. I'll give you that. Hang on. So, I've never even heard of that game, Luke. HOM 3. HOM 3 is actually vetoed. We tried to review that, and we couldn't get it on stream. So that's, yeah. Closest we could manage was HOM 5. And I broke one of my RAM sticks. I think it was my RAM. Echo? 2D Sonics are actually on the list as already, but I agree with that. So hang on. So let me start this up. So we've got Scroll, scroll, scroll. Sly Cooper. Pokemon Gen 1. Age of Empires 1. All of these are actually already on the list. Resident Evil 4, you're funny. We're going to skip Final Fantasy for now. Half-Life absolutely qualifies. Half-Life 1, I think, specifically. We can't do HOM 3. Echo is actually on the list, too. Yeah, we've reviewed Resident Evil 4. Age of Mythology is a little bit modern, and I don't think that qualifies as a beloved classic. Call of Duty 1. I think we had issues getting older Call of Duty games running. We did run Modern Warfare 1, though. Carmen Sandiego. Command & Conquer. That is on the list, but Command & Conquer 1. Myth. Oh. Myth. So, I am going to just hard veto Myth. I'm just going to hard veto that. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. Well, there's two big reasons, and you probably already know one of them, Logue. Some of you probably don't know this. I've actually played Myth. In fact, I've used it as an example of when Bungie was actually good storytellers, the one and only time they were actually good storytellers. But yeah, streamability. Getting Myth working nowadays is a huge deal. I've actually seen that Mandalore Gaming video you just referenced, and he had to jump through hella hoops, and he was using a modded version of Myth 2 to play Myth 1. And yeah, that's pretty much what is required in this day and age. Those games, I mean, they're originally designed for Mac, and it shows. I actually tried to get Myth 2 playable. This is several years ago, and I basically failed. That's true. We haven't reviewed Pong. Let's do it. Pong. I'll add that to the list. Last of Us 1. I actually haven't reviewed Last of Us 1. I have no interest in that, though. I do agree with Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah, that's a good question. What is the upper age limit on a beloved classic? So let me describe this here. When I say, oh God, Marathon, I refuse to play Marathon. When I say, I am aware of Marathon. We haven't actually done KOTOR. You're right. Code 4. Let's say no for now, Loke, because the other thing is the Myth games suck. Now, the story is interesting and engaging and honestly does a lot of things extremely right. I literally just used Myth 2 as an example of good storytelling last night. But do you remember playing those games? Because I do. Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, I agree with that. Although I think it's on the SNES block. Yeah, the freaking dwarves. Oh my God. Yeah, no, don't mistake me. I do unabashedly love the storytelling of Myth 1 and 2. I do. I actually bought the GURPS book. The setting guide. I don't forget what those are called. For GURPS. For my Myth, because it was just that interesting and that engaging, and I love the setting and I love the world building, and it has some fascinating and engaging storytelling ideas, right? And gave me some ideas for how to help run campaigns better. But playing the games, we haven't reviewed Worms. Can you play Worms now? We'll put Worms as a question mark. Gears of War is we're currently vetoed. Do we count Minecraft? Minecraft is on the list. We'll put Minecraft on it. We'll put Minecraft out there. See, I'm hesitant to put anything too recent on there because the idea of a beloved classic, first of all, it's kind of in the name, classic, but I do understand that gaming's been around for 50 years now, even if we just go back to the 70s. We've already covered God of War. So Gears of War is mostly locked to the Xbox, and getting an Xbox and or streaming an Xbox emulator is a huge, colossal pain in the ass. If they ever pull the Gears of War games onto the PC, I'll consider reversing that. It's the same problem with Halo 5, a game that is currently locked with. We've already covered Halo 1. We haven't covered Street Fighter 2. I'll agree with that one, because that's definitely a beloved classic. Although I believe we have a SNES. I believe that's in the SNES block. I'm not actually sure about that. What else? Secret of Mana. That's waiting at the moment. Tony Hawk 2. Is that got a remaster, didn't it? Depends on the game, has this. N64 games are colossally frustrating to stream. So it literally depends on the individual game of how much availability we have to stream an N64 game. By the way, for those of you here for Kingdom Hearts, I apologize. This is just something that's been on my mind in general lately. And who knows, we might actually be caught up on the queue soon. Mortal Kombat 2. I think I would say Mortal Kombat 1 is more the beloved classic than 2. That's just my to hear. Have some music. Dark Souls 1. I'm just going to quietly veto that right now. I'll decide if that's a hard veto later. Nobody wants to watch me play Dark Souls. Shadows of the Colossus does qualify. I can't argue that. I've never heard of Defenders. Yeah, 15 years ago. Is a lot more recent than you'd think. GoldenEye. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to review GoldenEye and not even touch the multiplayer. Maybe I should just axe that one. Yeah, no, GoldenEye's going to review terribly. I suppose that's the point of all this. Perfect Dark? Sure. I don't know. Trying to think of other ones, because a lot of the ones that I would have suggested are either like we've kind of covered most of the ones I would consider good old, or those ones are already on the list. E.T. I don't think that one's beloved or a classic. That's how it is, as it is. Oh, I know the one you're talking about, Loke. It was on the SNES, right? And it was like you were this full like 3D looking spheroid Pac-Man. Oh, PS2. Well, I have no idea what you're talking about then. Yeah, Arcanum's a weird one. It probably qualifies as beloved classic. Speaking of which, another game I do not look forward to streaming someday, which is Planescape Torment. And there's the Warcraft, obviously. Pac-Man World 2. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. SimCity 2000. That would count. I don't know how playable that is nowadays. I'll put it as a question mark. Speaking of which, Civilization 2, while we're on the subject. We've already covered Spyro. Far Cry 3 we had issues with. I don't remember what they were, but I remember we had issues with that. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want in my life, Caspian. More assholes who have nothing better to do with their time than try to dox people and get them in trouble, while constantly spewing misinformation. Well, part of the problem with Warcraft 3 is getting a playable copy of Warcraft 3 that isn't the remaster. Rayman's already on the list. Dead Rising 1 is on the list already. Put that on the list, Dead Rising 1. Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, right in the middle of the streamability gap. If misinformation were food, how would it taste? So, that's actually easy. Misinformation is poison. It actively... So, think about what food does. Food has flavor, and food has nutrition, right? Poison tastes bad and causes you damage internally. That's misinformation. It actively fails at both of the points of what information should and could be to help add to your overall enjoyment of life, society, concepts in general. That's the taste. And then to help inform you so you can make better informed decisions and do more with your life. That's the nutrition. Misinformation is poison. Duck Hunt. I'm almost positive Duck Hunt's on the Nest blog. But I'll jot it down. True, Xavion. Sweet poison is actually semi-common. I stand by my analogy, though. Sly Cooper 2? I'll accept that. I don't know the Sly series at all. 2. I'll add a 2 there. We already have Quake 1 and 2. I'll put Quake 1 there. Technically San Andreas. I don't want to play it again. Lenod? I don't even know what that is. Sonic is part of the Sonic block, although you are right. Sonic. Probably Sonic 2, actually. And that's actually a really good point. Blade Taval and Xavion are both absolutely right. Misinformation can taste good, metaphorically speaking, in the short term. But it's always poison down here. Tomb Raider. Yeah, no, I can't argue that. ToeJam and Earl. I've actually played ToeJam and Earl. Had no idea what it was doing, got lost, and got frustrated with the game inside of about half an hour. We ended up doing something else instead. Ultima. Is Ultima beloved and or a classic? Now that's a fascinating question, Jelix Brown. So allow me to, because I've actually put a huge amount of thought into this. Yeah, Ultima 7, I could believe. I might jot that down. Ultima 7, specifically. So, allow me to first give my opinion. I think reviewing a game based on when it came out is, at its fundamental core, a flawed concept. Something that absolutely does a detriment to reality, life, society, and also is invalid and worthless information. If I was to review a game based on exactly when it came out, the only even close to viable way I could ever possibly do that would be to have a completely separate review bracket for each year, possibly each system within each year. In other words, there would be no capacity to, say, compare Pokemon Gen 1 to Pokemon Gen 4, because they would be in such completely separate brackets as to not be directly comparable. Which means I can only compare games that came out in the same year as Gen 1. I forget the year, don't quote me. As that, like, I can only compare those directly and contrast those directly. And it also, so that's the practical consider. But from a personal perspective, I feel, and this is just me, that fiction is effectively timeless. I know some people say some things don't age well, but we already have ways to kind of qualify for that with Ricardo's review. And as Blade Devil points out, we don't ding things for technical limitations. I'm not dinging a PS2 game for not having an autosave. I'm not dinging Pokemon Gen 1 for not having multiple save slots. I'm not dinging Final Fantasy VI for not having voice acting, etc., right? So, technical limitations are already taken into account as not being a part of it. Design is timeless. There are movies from 70 years ago that are good today. There are shows from 60 years ago that are good today. Well, it's funny you say that, Loke, because I think the opposite is also true, or I guess the inverse. Bad fiction is timeless too. A show or a game or a book or a movie that was bad 50 years ago is bad now. I actually have Saber for Wife, yes. Kind of. It's more trickier than that. And yeah, Mega Man 5 is a great game today, right? And there are plenty of games that have value and benefits and points and positives despite having come out in the 80s. Yeah, I wasn't even going to bring out like the heavy hitters, like the mid-90s games, which absolutely crush a lot of modern games. We just covered how many PS2 games that are still good games now. To use another example. Good is good and bad is bad, regardless of the time. I firmly disagree with the idea. I've gotten pushback against this most of my career, which is why I have this answer so prepped and ready to go. Because I keep getting pushback and saying that, you know, you don't understand. Like, older stuff needs to be seen through a lens. It needs to be seen with historical context. It needs to be seen as if it's the new thing. It's like, I don't agree. I've also seen that argument. I'm not saying you're doing this at all, by the way, but I have also seen more or less that exact same argument be used to defend really unpleasant and awful stuff in older things, because it was okay back then. You probably know the kind of things I'm talking about. I hear that argument all the time, actually. Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy IX. I know, Hazardous. It was suggested. Yeah, good sprite or good art is ageless. There are paintings painted centuries ago that are good today. You know? When did Moby Dick come out? I like to use Moby Dick as an example here. 1851. Moby Dick is a good book now, in my opinion. I have actually read Moby Dick several times because it's a damn good novel. I recommend it if you ever feel like it. Obviously, there's the white whale, but actually there's a whole bunch of other stuff associated with it that has nothing to do with the white whale. Yeah, the original Dracula. That's actually another good example. Original Dracula. Another good example of that. Oh, when did it come out? Oh gosh, I'm not sure. Let's see here. Good afternoon, Pokemibo. 1897 is when Bram Stoker did his take. Oh, I agree with that, Sarura, but I've never seen anyone use that argument or use that mentality, which is why I just kind of raised my eyebrow at it. Like, that's just using your brains. Thank you for being part of the show, Valvidrix. Yeah, you know what? Frankenstein. Sorry, Frankenstein. I agree with that. Frankenstein is good today. You know what? 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Jules Verne. It's another one that holds up. I mean, I'm not even going to go into classical music. How old is classical music? Yeah, no kidding. What I'm sorry, I'm getting onto the weeds. I apologize. I hope this answers your question. Because that is the firm opinion I've had on it for a long time, is that age doesn't really come into the equation except as like a little side consideration, right? Technical limitations, sure. You know, I'm not going to ding TOS for having a guy in a rubber suit, for example. Yeah, and Shakespeare still sucks. It's funny how that works out. I'm going to go ahead and pin this list really quick now that I've wasted everybody's time. Well, see, there's something I've discovered. Now, this is just my perspective, Jelix Brown. Yeah, you could key rebind in Super Metroid. And Star Fox, by the way. Something I've discovered is when we say this is so old, that's not... No, Elizar. That's not what we mean. I know that sounds strange, but bear with me for a second. When we say something is so old, what we mean is it feels old, right? It feels awkward. It feels cringy. It feels dated. It feels simple. It feels bad. Let's just summarize it with the word that is actually being intended to be used here. Old is not... when we say something is... it's like, oh, God, it's so old. What we mean is it's bad. Yeah, there's some kind of limitation or jank or frustration or whatever that's just, But there's plenty of things that we can always point to that are plenty old, that are plenty good. We've just spent the last, 5 minutes describing things that are plenty old that are still perfectly good. They don't feel old. Now, that's just my take. That's just how it feels. But I've noticed I did the same thing for the longest time, because I would always freak out when someone would donate or suggest a game to stream which is old, that looked like it was jank old, right? Like bad old. And I was like, oh. And it took a while for me to process what I was actually feeling there. Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon came out in the 90s. That's a good game today. You get the idea. I mean, yes, that's true, Sarura, but, I don't see how that's relevant to this conversation. The Sims. Oh, no, I don't want to play The Sims. Is it even possible to play The Sims? Okay, let's jot down The Sims. Oh, that's gonna suck. Oh, that's gonna suck. Sorry. This is just... I mean, I might not get funded, but that is how that works. Yeah, that's good. No, I saw Red Alert and I discounted it because I think Command and Conquer fulfills the same general slot. Sins of a Solar Empire? I've considered that, and I think I'm kind of... No, it's kind of going to be part of the voting things, even. We're going to have a beloved classic slot that you can also vote for, and I want a list. I eventually want to get through the whole list. So Sins of a Solar Empire, first of all, it absolutely has a fairly dedicated fan base, but second, and far more importantly, I'm not sure a review of that game would be valid. So for those of you not aware, Sins of a Solar Empire is an RTS. It's kind of like halfway in between an RTS and a 4X game. It's space-bound, which is cool, and it's mostly 2D, which is fine. But what's really problematic about that game is that it has no campaign. So it's skirmish or versus, and that's it. So I'm not sure how... It's almost the GoldenEye problem. It's like... here's the options, here's the interface, we'll play a match, and then we're done. You know? Anyways.
Oh, Bell.
Oh, keep it in your pants there, buddy. There is, Loke. There would be story axis, as there is in most games. I'm not saying there aren't. There's a lot of little, the Dark Souls thing, right? With, like, the flavor text, like you said. You've come to seal the keyhole, right? Please be careful. The darkness is raging. So this is when we get the big plot twist that the princesses have been saving the entire world. The realm. It's so understated. I almost want to argue a negative for that. It's a huge thing. The realm of light would have already fallen. Now. If not for the princesses hanging back and holding it back. And it's like one unvoiced line from Bell. Why? What does that do? I remember several people using... okay, there it is. Powerful weapon, difficult to deflect, string of crits. Very short range. That's not too shabby, but I kind of want my MP with Oathkeeper, so I think I'll stick with it. Yeah, that's the thing. At some point or another, understated gets to be bad. When something is so understated as to be non-present, that's irritating. Like, how many of you... It's that problem, right? If there's a plot point that most people don't even catch, that might actually be a negative. But is it necessarily a negative, and how do we gauge how many people caught it? And you get it. Actually, no, offshore Twitch account, because once I get back, we have to play through Guild Wars 2, and probably other games as well, because I'm going off camera for probably over a month. And I have a horrible, horrible feeling that more games will get funded in that period of time. Wait for me! Wait for me! Okay, wait, we made it. We're good. No! Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Sure thing, Yura. And done. Actually, I wonder how long it has been on the list. Oh god, don't say that, Xavion.
Force!
Puppies! No, come back! Come back! I'm sorry. Not you! No, 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 no! You mentioned Shinobi 3. I'm hesitant on most Sega games. Because I just... Not because I disagree or anything, it's just because I have so little exposure to that side of gaming. How do you play Shinobi 3 now? Let's ask that question. Echo's already on the list, Mr. Red. Oh, I hope so, Ross. I don't want to get real for a second, but the anxiety and panic in the back of my throat is beginning worse every single day for the better part of about a week now as I get closer and closer to the point where everything's just going to start sucking. Well, I still need to own it, Kira. Come on. Like, this latest niggle with the cat is just yet another frustration that really has no reason to be there. Oh, sorry. Actually, that's a lie. The cat niggle was yesterday. Today, the niggle is the fact that we might have to leave in the middle of the night or hire another freaking hotel just to not have to drive 14 hours in the middle of the night. So the issue with the cat is they have a cat. Oh, so that's a good question, Pancakes. I'll answer you in a second, though. Don't let me forget. Ah! Yes, so there's a cat. They have a cat. He is a cat that obviously does not... We don't want to just toss him out on the street. That would be awful. And yeah, the issue with the cat is that it exists. That's not quite a joke. So obviously the cat needs to make the trip. We have limited capacity to make that happen. Now, the original plan was to... Could you die, please? Please? Thank you. The original plan would be for the cat to go up with the dog. But, so, the youngest kids, my brother, and the dog are going to be staying at his parents' house during the transition, which is down here, by the way. Originally, the cat was going to be staying there, too. His mother has vetoed that. I don't know why. That introduces a weirdly large niggle into the problem. Because that means the only real viable options are dump the cat on the street, find someone to take care of the cat, which is we've already failed at, or take the cat up with us when we go up, which is awful. So the cat, that's the option we have. So we're going to drag that poor cat up in a tiny little carrier for a 14-hour drive. And I have no idea, Sean. Yeah, the cat is not going to enjoy that. I am not super happy for that poor cat. We are going to drug the cat down, so he'll spend most of the trip asleep. He will not be fed on the trip, for honestly obvious reasons. He will be given water, because it's a sufficiently long trip. And yeah, he's just going to stay in a single hotel room with us, which is also going to suck. Now, the good news is that one of the extended stay hotels up there actually does allow cats. It's going to be more expensive, so that sucks too. But at the very least, the cat will be able to make the trip and be fine, hopefully. Now, add that hopefully, because, God, I don't know, a lot of things could go wrong there. Now, the latest niggle is the extended place hotel room we have locked in requires you to sign in and check in physically by 3 in the afternoon. Now, if you don't understand why that's a problem, it's a 14-hour trip. The only way to make that happen would be to leave pretty much the previous night and drive overnight. And, that's a bad idea. Ignoring the obvious unpleasantness of doing so, that's getting to the point of actually being unsafe. I need to talk to my sister about it still, but my current presumed plan to deal with that is just to get another hotel. Drive up the previous day, stay the night in the other hotel for one night, and then check into the new hotel, which is more money and expense for something that really doesn't need to be spent on. So, some people have this magical ability to not be tired at whenever they need to be. They can just adjust their sleep schedules and they're fine with it. I am not one of those people. Which means I'm more or less not going to be a good driver for the entire night. I mean, we could shift. But at that point, that's basically just my sister driving the entire way up there. So... like, I have caffeine pills right here, ready to go for this. But no, we need to make the trip during the day. Yeah, not being sleepy on command. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The biggest thing I am jealous of in The Sims is the ability to go up to the bed and just fall asleep, and then wake up at a given time. Rested, even. That is such an alien concept to me.
Come on!
I have driven while extremely tired before. I nearly died doing it, and that was like 13 years ago. I'm a little older now, and I probably shouldn't risk that. Especially with my sister and the cat in the car, too. Yeah, I'm gonna be cautious. Y'all can make fun of me all you want, because I noticed a few of you are already doing it. But I'm gonna be cautious and careful about something like that. I am absolutely not going to drive in the middle of the night while I'm exhausted. Oddworld? What's Oddworld on? I've driven while exhausted before. I'm not even talking about the incident where I nearly died a second ago. I have driven while exhausted. It is extraordinarily unpleasant.
Come on!
11 to 3. Yeah, I know. Am I excited to live in the area? No. This move isn't for me. And I know it. Sora, please hurry. Darkness is pouring from the keyhole. That's all we can do just to hold back the darkness. I don't know how long can you imagine it. Who are you? They don't even explain. Who's the girl in the middle here? I know. But, like... this is the first time she's ever had any dialogue or presence in the story. This is the second time she's been seen. Total. Feel the immense power flowing from the keyhole. We must close the keyhole before it's too late. Please hurry. Our strength is running out. We've been waiting for you, Keyblade Master. Who's that? Who's that? When the keyhole appeared, darkness poured out of it. It swallowed Ansem and he disappeared. Though Ansem is gone, the flood of darkness hasn't stopped. We're working together to hold it back. I can never forget the look on his face. As the darkness engulfed him, he was smiling. I don't think Ansem will ever return. Ansem has ignored us since the keyhole appeared. I mean, it makes sense that Sora wouldn't know who these people are. Whoever they are. Since he's never met them before. Look, it's iconic, and you can't change things that are iconic. Only Sora's allowed to get older, only once. And just because the actor... Actually, there's been arguments for a while that the only reason for the age lift in Kingdom Hearts 2 and onwards is because of Haley Joel Osment and his voice changing.
Stop! Stop!
I don't know if that's true or not, just something I've heard. I mean, unfortunately, I think Bart Simpson has most people beaten at this point in terms of the age thing. Poor Bart. What is it, 3rd grade? Imagine being stuck in his grade of school for your entire life.
This should help.
4th grade, there you go. I'm pretty sure Simpsons predates Pokemon. And both are still going, so by simple math, yes. No, yeah, it sounds like hell. 4th grade? Ugh.
Come on! This should help.
It's always the same Halloween and or Christmas, obviously.
Take that! Stop! 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 Stop!
God damn it, game.
This should help. Stop! Stop! Here! Stop! Here!
Hey, Elite Bracer. At level 47 bajillion or whatever we are now. Okay. Damn. What's a sitcom in this context about Wolfenstein? Got the cost. Okay. Oh, situation command. Can you name a situation command in this game that I could be using? Triangle prompts. Huh. Okay, so other than like Ragnarok, what am I not using? Exactly. So yeah, there's Oblivion. Reduces max MP by 1, but hits like an absolute truck. Okay, so Ragnarok is what you mean. So I saved those for bosses, first of all. And second of all, I'd like to save those for things like that. That's it. Speaking of... Yeah, the main reason I stopped doing that to get my allies' attention is because it usually likes to trigger Ragnarok, or actually Ars Arcanum, before this. Also, I haven't figured out how to get it to actually work properly yet. Like, Ars Arcanum I know how to get working pretty much immediately. I'm not sure how to get Ragnarok working.
Come on!
So yeah, Behemoth's classic FF villain, going back to FF2. And by villain I mean boss, I don't know why I said villain.
Take that! This is it!
So that's why I don't use those commands, because that did nothing. And all of a sudden the guy gets stuck in the wall and I can't hit him.
This is it! Come on! Come on! Power!
Well, I'm not sure if I hit him with any of that. Back.
Come on!
Probably 4x3 here. Hey, Omega Arts.
Now let's go and seal that big keyhole.
Sora, you did it.
When did you guys get here? How did you fight through the wave after wave of high-level Heartless to get up here? What are you guys doing here? We came in Sid's airship. You mean a ship, right? No, it's airship. Hello, Sid. This is our childhood home. We wanted to see it again. It's in worse shape than I feared. It used to be so peaceful. Don't worry, if we defeat Ansem, all should be restored. Why? It also means goodbye. Once the worlds are restored, they'll be separated again. And we'll never cross dimension ever again, and there will be no crossing the worlds ever again after Kingdom Hearts 1. The whole rest of the game is set on, of the franchise is set on Destiny Island. Shenmue would tank. Shenmue might actually be a Lamentation game. Before all this, you didn't know about other worlds, right? Because every world was isolated. Impassable walls divided them. Until something was passed. Until something passed the walls. But if the worlds return, so will the walls. Which means gummy ships will be useless. So you're saying we'll never... Don't worry, this is all just nonsense.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again.
Besides, I couldn't forget you even if I wanted to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hurry! Come and close the keyhole!
Sora, good luck.
Hey, Goki. Good work. Yeah, actually, Lord Haremont. This game doesn't get dinged for that. It's a big build-up to something that, as far as this game is concerned, would be followed through on. Remember, Kingdom Hearts 1 wasn't intended to be a franchise. All the worlds being divided again actually is a fairly logical endpoint for Kingdom Hearts 1, assuming there is no series. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 was a bit of a gamble on several parties' parts. Not a lot of people expected it to take off the way it did. Thank you, Sora. I think the darkness has begun to weaken. I can feel a powerful darkness growing somewhere far away. It's the heart of darkness. Hang on. Darkness, darkness, darkness. Where the heart of where Ansem went. And we'll take the gummy ship and deal with both Ansem and the Heartless. A worthy answer. Keyblade Master. We offer this power to aid your battle. Firaga. Once the darkness is gone, all should return to its original state. Kyra will be back on the island? Okay, I'm probably just tired. Did they ever explain why Ansem is the load-bearing boss of the worlds being separated? Today we're just reviewing Kingdom Hearts 1, Goki. Someday we may review the others, but it's not part of this. But it's kind of not his fault. So, okay. I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, does a little bit of experimentation on something, and this is after darkness has already started spreading, by the way. And then, you know, he opens up the door, gummy barriers start breaking down, things start happening. Mickey goes to investigate what's going on, he meets with him, they talk, they chat, they figure out what's going on. It's like, okay, cool. I just said, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, Trihexia. And then this process escalates over several years until finally we get here, and here we are, and then we go beat Ansem, and then all the world orders just kind of gets thrown back up into place. And the only thing I could think of is that Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, is such a nexus point for so much darkness itself that his defeat literally causes the darkness to recede back into the realm of dark. And that would imply that a constant presence of darkness is causing the worlds to be in the state that they are. Thus, the removal of the knife from the wound allows the wound to close. But even that's pure speculative. Save. Listen, all those artificial Heartless, the however many hundreds of his own people he fed into the machines, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, that's true. We do close the door, and that's what actually does it. Although that doesn't make sense either. But I'm gonna walk away from this. Moving on. Let me in. Let me in. Ah, whatever. I mean, yeah, obviously we need to stop SOD. That depends on the specifics, Sean, but it can be, yeah. Who, Loke? But yeah. We should go do the Hades Coliseum. Okay. I'm not committing to this. I just want to be really clear here. That's a deep cut, Mr. Red. Why not? Well, let's start the Hades Cup and see how long we manage this. So in case you didn't catch that, we have 50 fights to go through for this. And it's one of those funny things, right? Like the Pit of 100 Trials over in the Paper Mario series. It only takes, what, like a minute tops to go through any given floor? But that adds up, you know? Now, Hades does have a checkpoint, thank God. Oh, I forgot to equip my Omega Arts. No, whatever. Oh, and no changing equipment in mid-thing. No, I did not, Yura. And I never will. Besides, Jet Set Radio is actually already on the list.
Come on!
I mean, I guess we could go get Stopra from Phantom. We still need to go beat Kurt Ziza. I forget what we get from him. I need to talk to Eris as well. I forget where she is. I don't remember where Eris is right now.
This is it!
I don't remember a Kitten Fan. I don't think so, Lord Helmet, but don't quote me on that. She's just in the library. Cool.
This is it!
I absolutely do not, Triaxia. It's the only deliberate incorrect pronunciation I will stick with. Forever.
Heal! Come on!
Why does Goofy call everyone a loser when he beats them up? Come on, dude, not cool.
Just give up, it'll be easy. Come and get it.
Take that! Come on! This is it!
That's supposed to hurt.
Come on!
Yeah, I think I like Ars Arcanum better.
Is that supposed to hurt?
Yeah, that's my one. That's my one mispronunciation. Most people take Titus. I take Eris.
Come on!
Hey, he's up. Let's talk this out.
Heal!
He's up.
Take that!
Gonna hurt.
What, do you say Lucca? No, it totally does, Plateval. I have to admit, after a while, I have to do the Coliseum stuff on mute, because I slowly grow to hate this music over time. Oh yeah, Lou Sherd. Oh my god, I forgot about Lou Sherd. I don't actually remember how they pronounce it. It's a really weird way I remember.
Take that! Take that! Come on!
Is it Luxord? Jesus. Yeah, I'll take Luxord, thank you very much. Luxord.
Take that! This is it! Heal!
You dick!
This should help. Force!
Oh yeah, I actually pulled up a list of all of the books. Yeah, Luxord just sounds right. Because, yeah, as you say, luck, it's kind of his shtick. Of being a limo driver, apparently. Who knew limo drivers were such gamblers? Oh, who knows how you're supposed to pronounce Ayla? I myself vary on it, pretty much based on the exact second in which I'm saying it. I have trouble with A's in general, so it's just whatever. Ayla. Shrug.
Oh yeah!
In this game? Not really. In the next games, yes. I do like the new coloring, the flame thing on the behemoths in Final Mix. I could see Isla. I remember I had to look up Aiko. Because, you know, I had to have people pronounce those names. I had to look up a lot of pronunciations for FF9.
Come on! Let's go! Come on! Take that!
At the right time, it got. I barely can tell what I'm even doing, so I'm just purely guessing here. Camera. It's up there somewhere.
Come on!
Stop wasting mana on attacks. Game.
This should help. This should help. Come on! This should help. Come on!
Yeah, this guy's got some health on him.
Take that!
I think you got this, Yura.
Come on! Come on!
Hey, Blizzard's been upgraded. Woo! Oh yeah, really minor complaint, but I've been thinking about this complaint for literal years at this point. The monsters in the cups should drop items.
Heal!
Like, it's a really great way to home in on specific enemies. It's a great way to be efficient about doing cups and leveling and getting items. And, spoilers, if you manage to do the solo cup and the timed cup, you gain the ability to do a specific match, which gives you the option to then go and farm a specific match for specific items you need. But again, just the general efficiency of it. A friend of mine used to level almost exclusively in the cups, and I'm like, but you're missing out on all the gear when you do that. He's like, what do you mean? And I'd explain how the crafting works, and he was just like, that's terrible! So you're right.
Take that!
God damn it, no! Sick of Final Destination.
Heal!
Except in the Brawl version. That one's pretty good. Well, the good news is you can still do that, Monobrent, so congrats. You received no detriment from this change. Four healers, and that asshole.
Force! Come on! Nothing to it.
There are 50 matches in the Hades Cup. So, if you gift a sub to someone else, Von Falkenstein, you are the one who has donated money, ergo, you are the one who gets written down as the donator.
Take that!
If someone else allocates it, whether it's me or another person, you are still the one who has decided where that money goes, and ergo, you're the one who gets the credit for it.
Come on! Come on! Heal!
I was going to do this off camera, but amusingly enough, yes, you cannot game the system, but they don't drop items, so I decided not to, because I really wanted to get some items for the synthesis. All of this is optional, yes. Although I don't know if you have to close down the Olympus keyhole. I legitimately am not sure.
That's the power of the Keyblade!
I mean, if you want me to spend the next month doing that instead of moving, sure. Although it's going to result in me being homeless immediately afterwards. I feel like it's a good trade-off. Homelessness in exchange for Kingdom Hearts. Most people would probably make that trade.
Come on! That's the power of the Keyblade!
Also, I don't want to push back too hard, but like what Monobrent means by exploration in this case is finding a loop of 3 rooms, or going 2 rooms one way and then going 2 rooms the other way. So that's why it's called Schrodinger's Dark, WoW TNT. I have no idea. We will only know when we're done.
Come on! Heal!
Fine, Lord Haramont. Whatever. You know, I'm not actually sure, ZXE. I should look at an 90% speedrun sometime and see what they actually do. Possibly Euro, but if I do, they'll be pretty terrible quality, because it'll be from my phone, obviously. Even more obviously, I don't like giving away the state I live in, never mind the place I'm living in, so we'll see.
Heal!
Yeah, this is Herc full, Jesus Christ. Hades full power. I actually don't care for this fight all that much. It is essentially the same fight, he just has more stats. So it drags a bit. I do like being able to go up on the stands, though.
Heal! Heal!
Did you stop? There we go. They really like to do the only place you can hit is the head thing in Kingdom Hearts 1, don't they? I don't remember if they do it in other games, but they certainly do it here. Yes, Savia, I guess I would. The good news is that's basically never going to happen. The odds of that are almost literally astronomically low.
Come on!
Billions of people in the world,
Heal!
and about 50 of them watch me.
Come on! Heal!
He's low on health, too. That would have really sucked. Game, could you please stop sucking for 5 seconds? There we go. Thank you.
We did it!
Yeah, I show up and I'm like, hey, Yura. Loser! And Yura's like, oh. And then Yura's like, I baked you this cake, and I throw it on the ground immediately. Just without hesitation. I'm an adult. I mean, I'd say this game in general is worth the price of admission, despite its score. Yeah, that is funny. So, I guess you're right. Olympus is completely primary optional territory.
Come on! Come on!
Happy birthday to the ground! I'll throw the rest of the cake, too!
This should help.
Oh my god, we're not even halfway through. We're not even halfway through. See what I mean? It just adds up. You think, oh, that's not too long. And then you're still here hours later. Yeah, I'll never play Kingdom Hearts 1 again after this playthrough. Why would I at this point? Don't mistake me, I'm glad to review it, and I've been wanting to review it for years now. But I'm good.
Come on!
Thank you for your service. You led to a wonderful franchise being launched. See, I know some people, this is actually an argument I've heard before, that games that came first should be argued to be... Let me put this into simple words. I've heard some people argue, this is not a joke, that something like Zelda 1 should get the combined golden number of every Zelda game because it launched the Zelda franchise. We wouldn't have a Zelda if not for Zelda 1, so it gets credit for everything. No. We can acknowledge the significance and relevance of something without licking its balls. Oh, absolutely, Yura, excuse me. Oh, this is a fun one. I remember having issues with this one.
See ya! Heal!
Got rid of the balls easily. Thank God. Balls removed. No need to lick them. We're good. We're good.
Heal. Come on.
Not bad.
Lol, PMGX. A favorite Keyblade design? The final Keyblade... Oh, do you mean in this game?
Come on.
Okay, in one. So obviously I like Oathkeeper and I like Oblivion. Duh. But you said other than those.
Come on.
You know, honestly, I kind of like the Beauty and the Beast one in terms of pure visual design. No, Warcraft 1 gets credit for StarCraft 2. Not gonna be ridiculous. Obviously, Doom doesn't get credit for StarCraft 2. Totally different thing.
Force.
And that's right, StarCraft 2 gets nothing. You lose.
Heal.
Or like, what's the actual first game that people agree is the first game because it's
That's the
debatable?
power of the Keyblade.
Table tennis or something like that. You know, the one that came out in the 50s. This one.
It's over!
I might actually die here.
Heal.
Two irritating guys at once.
Get this!
Just like in real life, I can't take two guys on at once. God, Cloud.
This should help.
Tennis for two, is that it?
That's the best you can do?
Get this! It's over!
This should help.
It's over!
A bad game that I like.
This should help.
Obviously, World of Warcraft.
It's over!
Some restrictions, Final Fantasy 14.
Heal. Heal.
That's the best you
And
can
I'll tell you exactly what that thought was, the person who made that argument. They weren't actually saying it in regards to Zelda 1. I use that as an example. But they did use a specific example in the question. And that's sort of the point, isn't it? I'll tell you exactly what it was. They liked insert old game here, the one they were using the argument for. And they thought that game should get more score than it did. So they were trying to come up with a way to cheat the system to get it more score than it deserved. That's it. That's the motivation. It's a crude form of politics. They're not actually interested in pushing agenda X, Y, or Z. They're using it as a tactic to get what they want.
Heal.
It's over! Get this!
Come on.
They must kill Cloud. They must kill Cloud.
Heal.
It's over! It's over!
Heal.
Get this!
Oh, can you piss off for a second? Kind of busy trying to kill your superior counterpart over here.
It's over!
Oh, thank God. Okay.
This should help.
Get this!
Heal.
You don't stand a chance against me.
Just before Squall enters Renoa mode over here.
You don't stand a chance against me.
Depends on the form of time travel that I should build it. Quite simply.
You don't stand a chance against me. Get
Come on!
You don't stand a
Heal!
chance against me.
Well, Squall gets it when he gets to a certain health, I'm almost positive. He did it in the previous fight, too. Not the one in Traverse Town, the one in the previous cut.
It's over! It's over!
Heal!
Get this!
Did you not back away from me?
No way. I can lose.
This should help.
Depends on the content, Caspian. It's over. Oh my god, we're only on 20.
Force! Come on!
I remember liking the Leonhardt. Lionheart? You know what I mean. Keyblade as well. Speaking of good Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Force!
So, Type 3 time travel is every time you time travel, you create a new timeline. So by that definition, yeah, you could totally go back before you were born or before you got time travel or anything. Nothing's preventing that. You know, that's true. If I just stopped taking damage, the 30 health problem would have never been an issue. We're probably not going to actually manage this full run. I'm kind of curious how far we'll get. Honestly, the fight we just did is one of the harder ones for me. Not the hardest, if memory serves. So yeah, you asked if there's any bad games I enjoy. I mentioned, WoW jokingly, but like, honestly... The older I get, the smaller the potential list for that shrinks. I'm just gonna say no right now. Because that probably is the answer. As much as people insult me every time I say that, it's still true. I know that Sushi's whole point is to be regardless of the quality of the game. That point and purpose still exists for good reason. But generally speaking, I more appreciate games that are unique or interesting or fun, or have nostalgia for, rather than actually enjoy them. I'll use a direct example. Super Mario Bros. 2 is a game I have a tremendous amount of nostalgia for, especially since I used to play the hell out of it back in the day, and it was pretty much one of the only options I had.
This should help.
It doesn't make it a better game, though. Mario Bros. 2 has plenty of issues with it.
Come on!
Oh god, that's a good question, Sabacom. I suppose limited kit, to think of that generically. One of my most common challenge runs I do without even thinking about it half the time is to do Mega Man without the special powers, without the weapons. Limited kit, right? Obviously, that also would apply for low-level challenges as well. Or, like, don't use Magicite in FF6, or don't use Materia in FF7. So, yeah. I think that would qualify. Also, actually, The other type of challenge I don't like to do so much is the gym challenge over in Pokemon, where you limit yourself to a certain type of Pokemon in that particular playthrough. So again, limited kit.
Force!
Yeah, that was just a move. Cube qualifies as a type, as we agreed. Flatty beat Mewtwo. I have a clip of it and everything, so that's immortalized as much as that's getting. I believe it's Mega Man X5 Kitten Fan. I could be wrong though.
Come on!
Oh, absolutely not, Caspian. I know a lot of people prefer that, no judgment. But something I actually enjoy is the total opposite. I'm boring, as I've said multiple times today even, and I enjoy the process of going back and challenging my vague and generalized memories with something closer to actual reality. As a reminder, the entire review system thing was my idea to begin with, because this was just something I wanted to do.
The power of the Keyblade!
So, for example, WoW Legion is one of the best WoW expansions out there.
Come on!
What do you mean it's having a net negative gameplay score? That's not possible. See, that's me challenging a vague, like you say, nostalgic memory of a game rather than the reality of the game. I prefer the reality. I prefer actually seeing the reality. Because here's the thing, and a friend of mine and I have both agreed on this in recent memory. When you try to go erase the nostalgic memories and replace them with something more coherent to reality, two things happen. The bads get worse, and the goods get better. And the goods get better is worth it.
Yo, hey, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, got a minute? Hades, Lord of the Dead, nice to see you. Hey, guess what? I got a place for you down under!
Feel the heat.
Take that!
Come on!
Feel the heat.
Deep freeze!
Hey, you having fun yet?
See ya!
That's it.
Heal! Heal!
That's it.
Heal!
Little you got?
Come on!
Take that.
Come on!
Yeah, he has extended invulnerability frames, like White.
Deep
Smack Blizzard him.
Take that.
Yeah, the worst part is his attacks are actually quite boring. He's got his flamethrower attack, which is that right there. And he'll do a smack, and I think that's it in his Vuln phase. Then it is Feel the Heat, which is...
Hey, you having fun yet?
That's it.
And then he'll do Meteor Fling. He didn't see it there, but it was there. And then he'll do his extended melee attacks, and that's kind of it, I think? I might be missing one.
That's it. Is that all you got? Take that.
Come on!
Take that.
Heal!
Feel the heat.
Hey, you having fun yet?
That's it.
I feel like there's a way to knock him out of his iframes. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Heal!
I don't know why I called them iframes. His invulnerability window.
That's it.
There's a red light section.
Feel the heat.
That's true, Ross. And you're right.
Hey, you having fun yet?
Yeah, Hades is the 10th match of the Hades Cup. Not the last. It's more like he's the 40th being.
Heal. Ha! Come on.
Hey, starting to get warmed up here.
Feel the heat.
Heal. Heal.
Hey, you having fun yet?
Combo? Maybe it's the number of hits? Oh, that did damage. You got a damage barrier? God, I don't know.
Hey, you having fun yet?
Damage is taking damage straight up.
Starting to get warmed up here.
Come on. Come on.
Feel the heat.
Of course he's spinning a lot. My luck is the worst luck in the universe. Remember our frickin' Ansem fight? Ansem Riku fight?
That's it.
Come on. Come on.
I say, we fight him again in 2, don't we?
Heal.
This isn't happening. Hey, what are you doing? Stop! Come on. Hey guys, get away from me! Oh, come on!
Graviga. And an Ansem report, which I can't read right now. Don't let me forget about that one. Seriously, Roz. Meanwhile, Seed 9.
Come on.
Now, that sounds like a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2 bosses. They're not super great, but they're pretty nice. And then there's the really good bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2. You know the ones.
Really not bad.
Take that.
Well, you see Hardball 1. He was defeated, so it was time for the story to be over.
Oh yeah.
They read his tweets and were like, whoa. Much worse. Triaxion. That's what I'm going to call that. Much worse. There's plenty of good DreamWorks films, but...
Heal.
Now we have the Shrek world. And then there's the How to Train Your Dragon world. That's a good one.
Come on.
You know how we make fun of the Disney worlds for aping? I'm in the middle of a pretty difficult boss fight, so you gotta help me with this, okay? So first we have to fight these white mushrooms. Now, there's no reason to do this legit, so we're just gonna smack them.
Come on.
And I smack, and I smack, and I smack.
Come on.
Okay, we're good. We did it.
Oh yeah.
But there's one more.
Where?
Do you know where it's gonna
What do we do? What do we do?
be? Don't forget.
If we have to
There's the
destroy
big
them,
one.
we have no choice but to destroy them.
There's the big one that you can't defeat.
He's too much. He's too much for us. He's too powerful. What about the other ones? Do we got them? doomed then.
God is destroyed them
If they're dead,
they can disappear.
that's right, they can. They can go push their shadows. They can disappear into darkness.
They're your friends.
We're just letting them go to sleep. We need to go back to the realm of sleep. We're not even talking about in this review, by the way. I don't even want to get into that nonsense.
Don't need to be destroyed.
Exactly.
They are going to sleep.
Heal! That's the power of the Keyblade!
There's more.
Okay, where are they? Where are they? What do we do?
They're in there.
Where? I don't see them.
Come on!
There they are.
Come on!
Do you know what that is?
I don't know.
That is a chameleon.
Come on!
What is your friend?
Hello, chameleon friend. What's his name?
Heal!
And what's the other one's name? Is that his sister?
Oh, we can't try your friend.
It's okay, they're sleeping. They're sleeping, see? They're just going to sleep.
But you guided them. They're gonna wake back up.
What do we do?
We'll come back to destroy them.
We will never destroy them. There's,
There's more of them.
why are there so many? Hold on.
Can I play too?
Not just yet. This is kind of hard, and I don't want to lose my progress, okay? I'm sorry.
Heal!
Brought in something on it. What's it bring in, big boy?
Come on!
But my hands are empty.
Okay, good. Have they been cleaned lately? Because you've been playing outside, haven't you? You haven't been playing outside. What you been up to? Well, you were.
Too much water.
Okay, that makes sense.
Come on!
There's another. That's your dragon friend.
Hello, dragon friends. There's a lot of dragon friends. Uh-oh.
There are some bad guys.
We need to save the dragon friend from the bad guys.
Don't get dragon friends. The dragon friend is sweet,
Right. I'm super tired. It's been a long
but
day.
it's going back to its home.
Oh, okay.
But it can disappear back into its home. More!
Well, yeah, obviously.
Don't
Very
let
nice.
your friends that want to go to sleep.
Hold on. It's been a long day. They deserve their sleep.
Into their shadows.
There's a lot of shadows. I don't know why there's so many shadows.
Yeah, and those are some of my friends. But they don't have heads.
Why don't they have heads?
That are yours. Friends. They can disappear into your shadows.
It's like to use laser beams, it looks like. See the laser beams earlier?
Come on!
One was outside and it was real.
Oh my gosh. What did you do? Just stood there and stayed.
It looked like a cat. It had a laser light.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like the ones that are in the movie.
Come on!
Destroying all of the bad guys. And there's weapons, weapons.
Oh no, there's so many. Oh, what do we do?
That's fire.
Oh. What do we do about fire?
We can Oh no, there's more, Ma. There's more of your friends.
There's so many. Why do we have so many friends?
Because they want to go to school.
So tired.
They want to go with me. Come on.
Heal!
That didn't feel like an ether. That felt like an elixir I just broke. Yep.
Is it B?
I think so. Okay, ready for the final boss? The Ultra Omega boss of Turtle Doom.
Yeah.
It's the Rock Titan. The super most difficultest boss in the entire world.
This is
He's
it!
very stompy. We have to defeat him.
Come on! Come on!
Don't worry. We can stomp on him. See? Okay. He's probably very tired. Look how big he is. Must take a lot of energy to move around, don't you think?
Heal!
He's tired. He needs to go back to bed. Go to bed. He looks like he's kind of resting now. Is resting okay? Oh my gosh, why?
Your dying friend wants to destroy you.
What do I do? What do I do? Okay. Destroy me, I'll destroy you right back.
Heal!
He wants to go to
Take that!
Probably very, very tired.
Come on!
Exactly. You understand
Come
completely.
on!
I can? Sure.
Come on!
Why? As soon as we beat this
Come on!
Ready? That's right. And now he's gonna lay down and get some nice, good rest. See? He's yawning, he's stretching. No, he's just sleeping now. See?
There's more bad guys gonna come.
No, we're good. We did it all. I think we got this.
Champs!
Oh my gosh, what happened to his hair? You see what happened to his hair?
I don't know what's happening to
Oh, there's Trinity Limit. Okay, we did it. Let's go and get a save in. We need to go ask your sister something. If we could find her. We might not be able to.
Did you forget what you were doing?
Did you come down to tell me something?
She came down to get the phone, so
Gotcha. It is Yona's night.
Yes.
by the way. Here, can you take this to Baba, please? Oh, hang on, let me do this first. Get back with that. Okay, now can you give this to Baba, please?
So Ayla,
No,
no, put it back.
Put it.
Put it back. Yes. Not right now. Put it back. No, put it back. So no.
How long did that take? Jeez Louise. We did almost die a few times. Yeah, where were we? Also, Ross, you asked earlier what my one change to Metroid 1 would be. The easy answer is fix the 30 health problem. Okay, so my chat only goes back 30 minutes. We were still doing the cup 30 minutes ago. So 30 plus minutes. Oh, okay. That is just, whew, that is a thing. But we did it. All powerful. Right, so now let's go die. Oh wow, but it was just So this is the old leveling method. There's actually a few faster leveling methods apparently in Final Mix, but this is the old leveling method. Wow, did you notice we're solo for this fight? So yeah, with good timing and practice, deflecting his attacks gives you 25 experience per deflect. He shoots a bunch of missiles at once. You get it. Honestly, my second pick, Ross, if you're even there to hear me. Visual distinction. One of the biggest irritations I had consistently in Metroid 1 was not being sure what I could interact with. The biggest problem with that, by far, was when I wasn't sure how to get to Lower Norfair. And that was just a huge hassle. And what's really frustrating is I actually did curl up into a ball and, you know, drop some balls, drop some bombs around the area to see if there was a hidden thing there. And I apparently missed the one square that was destructible. So, having checked the floor, I moved on and was on the other side of the world by the time I checked a map and found out that I had missed the square. So, visual distinction. So then there's this match. I have beaten this guy before. I will not beat him today. I'm not even gonna really try. This guy's crazy. He is so much easier in 2. Yeah, we're dead.
I give up.
So that's Sephiroth. No, the old strategy for Sephiroth is make sure that you're level 100 first. Then you could work on the rest. Blade Travell, Alex Brown. True, ZXC. Well, you are better at this game than I am, Blue Fusion Pole. The real strategy, and the real reason I guarantee you we could not beat him right now, is I didn't have elixirs equipped. You really want to walk into that fight with several elixirs. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I mean, people have beaten him at level 1. Yeah, you probably noticed this on several of the bosses in the Hades Cup. So the health bar in Kingdom Hearts is only programmed to go up to, I believe, pink. But enemies can have more health than that. So until their health gets down to pink, you don't see yourself doing any damage. No, it's a flex. Own the flex. I have never claimed to be good at Kingdom Hearts 1. I didn't bother to try and be good at these games until Kingdom Hearts 2. I am satisfied with the fact that back on the PS2, I defeated Sephiroth. And I'm good with that. I've never felt the desire to try and one-up myself on that. Okay, so... here's the thing. I'm not sure where all the pages are. Or more accurately, which pages we haven't gotten yet. Yeah, doing that fight at level 1 is a thing. There's kind of a soft enrage baked into it, thanks to how Fallen 1 works. Because Fallen 1 nukes all your mana and your health down to 1. He almost always immediately attacks you after doing it, too. Okay, so I'm really sure we got that one. Let's just be sequential, though. Let's be thorough here. Nah, take it, own it. Sorry, I understand I'm sounding dismissive. I don't mean that. I apologize. Taking out Seph at anything below level 100 is impressive. Whether it's 1, 50, or 70, that is impressive. You should take ownership of that. So this is the Dark Chamber, which is not what I need. This is still the Dark Chamber. Still not what I need. Okay, here's the Relic Chamber. That's the Dark Chamber again. Entrance. I must have already gotten this one. Hello, Evo. Because this is the Silent Chamber. See, I had to have gotten it. Because that was the Relic Chamber, and I won't there. Okay, so next to be Monstro. I'm almost positive we got Monstro as well. We'll be thorough. Wish I could just warp out, you know. Well, Phantom doesn't count. Does Pokemon count, Xavion? I'm kidding. I find most Pokemon games to be at least enjoyably complex. Or enjoyably difficult, excuse me. With one huge exception. There's one Pokemon game I actively dislike for how easy it is. And it's the remake of Gen 3, which is just way too easy. To the point where it's like, why even try? As with most things, it's a gradient. Ooh, hello.
See ya!
No, I was too slow. I suck at everything. Cute.
See ya!
Yeah, there is... I'm one of those people who actually champions the idea of an easy mode or even a very easy mode in video games. But when it's the only mode, I tend to get de-invested. And part of the problem is what is defined as too easy, right?
See ya!
That's going to vary from person to person. That's why I very, very, very rarely give negatives for a game being too easy, because that's such a debatable and that's such a gradient. I think the only example of a game we have given a negative for being too easy was the the Omega Ruby remake, because it was just incredibly easy. Did I not get that, Lord Hitterman? Oh God, I don't even know. Yeah, exactly, Xavier. No, I get it. Unless you're speaking literally, in which case, Jesus. There's another asterisk, too. Sometimes a game is very easy, but has... Ooh, damn. Sometimes a game's really easy, but it's also still very fun. Difficulty is not necessarily fun, right? Difficulty can lead to fun. Because difficulty can lead to challenge and pushing yourself. But difficulty is not automatically fun. Easy can be very fun. And yeah, I was actually going to bring up Super Mario World. A very good, very fun game that is pretty freaking easy. And yeah, actually, you know what? Tinykin. Another good example of that. And yeah, something else I remember is the common complaint of how all you have to do is mash triangle in order to win in Kingdom Hearts 2. How true that is a little bit more debatable. As I've said several times, Kingdom Hearts 2 actually has an astonishingly high skill ceiling, because you can min-max a lot of things in that game. And yeah, StarCraft 2 is a good example of a game which has an easy difficulty they call casual, which is actually really well designed and is there for people who just don't want to put the physical effort into it. It can still be a fun game. It's still StarCraft frickin' 2. I also give StarCraft 2 kind of special praise on that point, because StarCraft 2 has some of the best design difficulty I've ever seen in my life. For those of you not aware, the actual missions are different. Like, enemy spawn points and triggers and AI scripts and all that. It's a different map, put simply, on easier or harder difficulty. And what that means is they made each map, 5 times or however many difficulty modes there are, which is just kind of bonkers. There's a reason that game sits at the top. That's all I'm saying. Anyways. Okay, so we definitely have this one. Let's skip Monstro for now. I'm pretty sure we have Monstro. So remember Monstro if we don't have this. The thing is, I'm also almost positive we have Atlantica, but it's quick to check, so we'll check Atlantica first. I do agree that the gap in between difficulties can be kind of high. One thing I've heard is a common complaint is that people in StarCraft 2 go from casual to normal, and then normal to hard, and then have their teeth kicked in on hard. Now, brutal isn't that much of a step up from hard. Not really, but hard is a pretty big step up from normal. Especially in Wings of Liberty. It's one of the reasons they toned it down a little bit for Heart of the Swarm. Another thing I've noticed over the years, the more tools you put in the player's hands, the easier a game tends to be. ZXE just mentioned this in chat with Kingdom Hearts 2. We have access to a tremendous kit in Kingdom Hearts 2, and that allows us to just kind of body Sephiroth in that fight. Yep, okay, we didn't have this one. Wow. But a lot of that's just because the game's better, right? Like, there's more we can do, and therefore we can do better, right? Most people I know actually think Sephiroth, you know, pound for pound, is harder in Kingdom Hearts 2. It just feels easier because, you know, we could turn into a buzzsaw in the form of a Keyblade. Can you name one, Logan? 1,000. Can you name 1,000, Logan? I've got to be turned around. Yeah, exactly. Like, Seph is actually pretty mean in 2. He also actively punishes recovery, for example. There's an ability you get in Kingdom Hearts 2 which allows you to do an aerial recovery. Which you think, oh, cool, I'll just recover the air. There we go. And if you do that, he actually has a specific move to punish you doing that. Did I say hi to Evo? I feel like I did, but I'm not sure if I did. Hi, Evo, if I didn't say it. It's been a very day. All days are days. Okay, so now there's the Halloween town. I'm almost positive I didn't get this one. The argument I usually hear for FromSoft games is they want the players to cheat, so they keep making the bosses cheat more and more throughout the course of their games. How true that is? Hi, Zero. Alright, everyone, I need you to tie down Zero so we can force them to actually answer where they want their sub to go. How did I get this one? You can say dealer's choice, that is the default. There we go. Okay. And one more, which is puppies, actually. I'm not sure how many puppies we've rescued. I don't even know how to check how many puppies we've rescued. Does anyone know how to check how many puppies we've rescued? $57. We're good. Let's just go grab that right now, though. Also, can I just say one thing I dislike about Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 is how late in the game you get the fast flight mode. All it really does is speed up traversal, so why is it one of the last things you get after you've already essentially beaten the game? Rescued 50. Maybe I've already gotten it? I must have already gotten it. Yeah, exactly. You don't get access to the final form until way into the game. And then you have to grind on nobodies in the final dungeon. You don't have to, but It's one of the best places to do it. In order to then go ahead and actually, you know, gain access to Super Fight. It's like, God, why? I like Kingdom Hearts 2, but they have some weird decisions in that game. Now let's refill our ethers, because I haven't done this lately. We might be running out of money. Ethers are not cheap, and money doesn't flow very well in this game. Yeah. Nope, we did it originally. Okay, never mind. We're done with it. We're good. It sucks, but it's also good. There's the review in super summary. Oh, thank you. So what do we get? Oh, okay. It? That does appear to be it. Okay. Sure. Sorry, 1 second, please. Look, Walker. Hello, cat of Savicom. Here's the real question. Is it a Romulan cat or a Vulcan cat? Okay. This way. Yeah, there's tons of other companions. Let's see. There's Tarzan. Yeah, that's a good point. There's Tarzan. There's Jack. There's Aladdin. There's Peter Pan. There's oh my god, I can't word. Ariel. And Beast, and I believe that's it. I believe that's the list. Would I say this game is good despite the score? No. Sorry. That score is reflective of my actual opinion on the overall game. That is what the purpose is of that score. That is supposed to be as close to as objective as it is possible for me to actually manage. Do I think this game is still worth playing, regardless of the quality of the game? Yes. Ignoring the obvious relevance to the Kingdom Hearts franchise, which has much more and many video games in it that are much better than this, there's also the fact that this is kind of one of those historical games. I know it's weird to call a 2002 game a historical game, but it's true. This game was kind of a big step up for Square and more or less popularized the JRPG genre. JRPGs that were ARPGs existed before this, as early as the NES, arguably, if you're really getting technical, but at the very least, since the SNES era. But it doesn't... This is what really kicked off that boom, you know? And yes, I know Ys technically predates all of that. We're not talking about that. Yeah, I was in my 20s when this game came out. I'm an old man. Secret of Evermore, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy Adventure, Ys, like I just mentioned. Arguably, some of the early NES games, like I can't think of the name of it. There were some NES games that were like that. Point being, Kingdom Hearts 2 really took this and popularized it, and a lot of things ran with it after this. Oh, and there's also the unique factor. Granted, I think several of the Disney World sucks, but it's a Disney JRPG. Really. The Final Fantasy stuff might as well not even exist. And the unique stuff has a very low presence in Kingdom Hearts 1 specifically, like the new characters, the characters specific to Kingdom Hearts. So this is primarily a Disney JRPG. So for the unique factor, for the visuals, for the music, yeah, of course this is worth playing. We already did that. We did that. Why are these here? Let's try this one. We won't be finishing today, by the way. The End of the World is a nice chunky section, and I don't want to brush that. I know, right, Pillagers know? I mean, part of the problem is this was originally marketed as Final Fantasy plus Disney. I disagree with that assertion, as I just said, hey, it's me! But that was a big part of the marketing push. At least here in the States. I'm not sure how it was in other countries. I know Disney is really big in Japan, and so that was just kind of an automatic seller over there. There's a reason why so many of those Disney video games that came out in the 80s and 90s were Japanese-made games. Anyways. Okay, I'm sorry. Could you pull me out? That is, if it's not too much trouble. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to. So my friends have jokingly said I'm Eeyore for decades at this point. My mother once bought me an Eeyore plushie because she thought I was Eeyore too. That's a little bit less friendly. Eeyore, where are you? I've got to rescue Eeyore. Please. Hello. Thanks again for your help with my carrots. You're welcome. I wonder what we can do. Nothing. Okay, for real. I've lost Eeyore. No! I can agree with that. The Final Fantasy side is the game side of things. I myself have said many times that this is essentially a Secret of Mana sequel, or a Mana game. And I stand by that, it's worth noting. People have challenged me on that for years, and every time they do, I go back and re-examine my opinion, and I come back reaffirmed that, no, this is a Mana game. It's a development of the Mana game, because they added the third dimension, but it is still a Mana game. Jesus Christ, Mr. Red. Family, am I right? Isn't that a much worse word in Japan? Which is where you live, of course, Mr. Red, than here. Thank you, Pooh. You know, floating out there, it seemed like something was missing. And something's still missing. My Eeyore's tail is gone! Is that what's missing? Let's see. Yep, lost it again. Wonder where it went this time. It's not much of a tail, though I'm sort of attached to it. But I don't know why anybody'd look for it. Probably won't find it anyway. Sora, why don't we go look for Eeyore's tail? You know, Jim Cummings isn't that expensive game, I'm just saying. Searching for the high place is the quickest way to find it. Can you fly up and help us there? Sorry, but my eyes aren't what they used to be. Too much reading. I got for good advice. Take Pooh to the swing. Yeah, Pooh, could you put on some pants, please? Oh, do you have any honey for me? Okay, fine. I'll bribe you in honey if you put on some clothes. Look, don't have a cow, Mr. Red. I keep hitting dash or roll or fly and nothing's happening. And I kind of want to kill myself. Okay, Pooh. Pooh. Pooh, don't make me dissect you. I'll do it. Okay. Oh, jeez. There are still games in this franchise I haven't 100%ed. That would be 358 and Recom. I think that's actually it. I think that's the full list. Okay, game, what do you want me to do? Thank you. I'm here. I don't know off the deeper end. What's the one you're missing, Pillars of Snow? No, honey. Oh my god. No more honey. Another thing that Kingdom Hearts 1, and honestly all the Kingdom Hearts games do well, is they're creative. There's plenty of examples of that in 1, but honestly I think 2 is a better example of that. And all I have to say to that is Timeless River. That is such a brilliant part of the game. I'm not sure how well it would review, but I kind of don't care. The first time I saw that, I was legitimately blown away by what they did for that section. While we're at it, Tron. So you like minigames, right? First, get ready to push. Then push this to push. Yeah, this game is a little bit more threadbare, but there's still some creativity here. I would say Hollow Bastion, or not Hollow Bastion, Halloween Town and Atlantica are the two big ones. Whereas in the next game, we also have Lion King, to name another example. I doubt it, John Yakuza, honestly. What was that, Ross? You know what? Yeah, I'd agree with that, Ross. Jesus. The timing on that is just bizarre. seriously? Okay. Oh, no! Okay, I thought maybe I could skip it. And so I hit, no, let's not do the minigame again right now. But I think I lost my opportunity to just restart the minigame. So we gotta do this again in order to get all... Oh my god, this freaking game. I stand by every one of the gameplay negatives I've given to this goddamn game. You ever play FF14 ARR? There's some side quest in that game, where in order to do the side quest, what you have to do is you have to sit there and slash emote, hi, come here, and then wait, and you can only do it from like 10 feet away. And then they walk towards you for about 5 feet, then you go another 5 feet, and then you say, hey, come here, and then they say, okay. And you do this. It's not even that long, it's like a 2-minute quest, but it's just so irritating. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let's go. No, it's not a joke. The problem, if you could call it that, is that everything that went into the FF14 ARR it was a mess. It was a colossal mess. And it's honestly a miracle the game exists at all. So I want you to imagine a bunch of people in the office who are literally sleep deprived because they've been sleeping in the office while their company is quite literally facing bankruptcy hearings. And they're struggling to put together a game as quickly as they can to try and salvage the company. And that's how quests like that get made. Okay, so. Yes, I would like to try again. Thank you. Exactly, PM3X. That looks familiar. What's the excuse for the turning mists? People who are still trying to figure out what MMO design actually was. That's it, that's the answer. I have a theory that they were trying too hard not to be like WoW quests. Remember, by the time that was coming out, I forget if Pandaria was out or was about to come out. And WoW was kind of running on a weird slope in its popularity. And I know there was a brief push there before Stormblood to make FF14 less like WoW. I don't know if that's related or not. It's not much of a tale, but it's mine. Thanks, everyone. I wish we could put the 100-acre wood back the way it was. Traditionalism! Oh, sorry. That could be it too, Blade Taval. You'll notice that they've... Oh, hey, Stop just got upgraded. So there's where we get Stopra. Because Stopka is going to come from Phantom. Oh, we got to poke at Phantom, don't we? We could probably kill Kurtziza now. Not yet, PM3X, no. Words. I agree that Blade Taval is probably correct. They were more focused on visuals and story. And you'll notice that they've gotten more and more away from even trying to have gameplay in their quests. And that's arguably been a good thing. There's only so much you can wrangle that engine to even doing. It's also probably why the dailies have been getting better with each expansion. I forgot Rue was in this. Nothing beats bouncing. You want to bounce too? Okay. Let's do it. But Al, you don't bounce around like we do. Little do you know. I'm afraid you're right. I can't master everything, I suppose. That does sound good to me, PM Trex, because I'm the only person in the world who actually likes 4th edition. I mean, 4th edition, Hyrax, 4th edition sold plenty well. But people still bash it to this very day for being, and I quote, too video gamey. It's actually kind of funny because a common complaint I've heard before about several video games is that they are too board gamey. Now, I admit I'm a weirdo here, but I like board games. So, you know, that sounds like a good thing to me. One loop, one backtrap. Could be Xavion, but I don't know, like... The argument I constantly hear is that, you know, 4E is too much of a video game without anything to support role-playing, and it's like... How is that, A, how is that different from any other pen and paper thing? And B, the role-playing's on you, not the system. Oh man, Chain of Memories is going to be so great. I can't wait to just take a baseball bat to Chain of Memories. I mean, if you don't like a game, no judgment. That's one of those weird things that people seem to misunderstand about me. There's nothing wrong with liking or not liking a game. There is something with not liking a gay, but there's nothing wrong with not liking a game. But, like, some of the excuses people come up with. Are we good? Ruse right there, dude. Ah! Are we done? Yeah, Chain of Memories doesn't have the classic shield. No defense. Enjoy walk, Evo. Or else. Now, this is pod racing. Yeah, apparently, Lunaruth. What? There's actually several things I like about Chain of Memories. In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a net positive on the story axis. Chain of Memories might actually qualify for the storybook tag. Yeah, the gaslighting in Chain of Memories is real, too. Correct, Von Falkenstein. Oh, hey, I can suddenly float again. What? I mean, I have unironically recommended people that they watch a YouTube of Chain of Memories rather than actually playing through it. More than once. Especially because it's actually got some decent story beats. And is pretty relevant thematically and literally to the rest of the franchise. Oh my god, okay, fine, whatever. I don't actually understand why these are... Yeah, no kidding, Monobro. Like, 358 is arguably not as relevant, because so much of 358's relevance can be inferred from 2. Chain of Memories, by contrast, you are missing huge holes if you don't play Chain of Memories.
God, I hate everything in the entire universe.
Yeah, you shouldn't go from 1 to 2, and ironically, you really shouldn't go from 2 to 3. Do I have to do this? Hang on, let's leave and see if, like, I can just, you know, leave. And do the next area. This is looking like a no. Do you have to play the sound effect and animation every single successful hit? Oh, absolutely, Who Girl. Some people tend to forget that my very show got started explaining things to people that the games themselves didn't properly exposit on. As I pointed out a few times, Final Fantasy VII and 9 were kind of the original lore runs for a reason, along with Kingdom Hearts 2 and Warcraft 3. Because there's an enormous amount of lore to all of those things, and there are issues with, you know, consuming that lore within the games themselves. Yeah, how do they know if Sora leaves the stump? And why do they care, for that matter? We're not even halfway there. We're not even halfway there. Kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. Apparently, Lord Harriman, locking on was clearly what was throwing me. I may miss outright, but at least I'm not flying off the stump, which is what kept killing me. You need to break 30 seconds? Jesus, how is that even possible? Oh, I can just switch it right now. Oh, hang on. Where is it? There it is. Speaking of which, you may or may not be positive to hear that at least one person in the comments section was hoping that you would make an appearance during this run, Rax. Make of that what you will. It wasn't me. That Rax fella, he just wants to take my gerb. Rax is like the younger, hotter version of me. That's the problem. You know, old and busted. That's me. And a rare nut. And only one. Because screw you. Power up. Yes, at some point late in his career, Darth Simus will finally supplant me. Is that it? I don't actually remember what all I'm trying to do here. I really don't. Yeah, Rex's rule. I'm just a donkey. Not much of a donkey, though. Like, are we done here? I'm not even sure what the game wants from me. What do you want from me, game? Bregwin? Bregwin is Darth Padme. No, that's not true. What would Bregwin be? What evil, horrible Darth schemer would Bregwin be? Bregwin is Darth Hips. You know, I mean, that's true. Unlike Giga. Giga is Darth Costume? No, that doesn't sound right. Darth Silly? No, hang on. Help me out here. Help me out, Giga. Oh yeah, I think I need to up the estimate on Expedition 33, consequently. Yeah, that's where I look for when I'm looking for dark matter. Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, these are static. That's what. How am I supposed to get these stupid nuts? Wow, that was extremely difficult to do. I'm sure glad that I tried many times to get that, and succeeded so wildly at each of my attempts. Darth Pudding. You know, I've heard worse Darth names. Oh, you son of a... I hate you. I hate you, game. I hate you! See you around, Rax. There's an invisible wall around it. And it keeps blocking my attempts to just jump straight to it. Like, look at this, look at this. I'm right here. I'm right here! What do you want from me, game? What do you want from me? Why do you hate joy? Okay, anyways, I'm giving up on this. This is officially no longer like something I find an acceptable usage of time. This is ridiculous. Just, oh my god, this is infuriating. Wait, really, Pajama Day? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Where's that goddamn owl? I will murder you. I will murder you and boil you in oil. Oh my god, that was it. I can only carry one at a time. Why? Why? What psychopath? What monster? What Eastern European said, "There's too much joy in the world. I'll fix that." Oh, camera. Jesus. Darth Carmine? Yeah, I feel that. It's gotta have a ring to it, right? Like, that's... Obviously, everyone talks about Darth names, but really, it's gotta have a good vibe. You gotta feel the name, right? If you don't feel the Darth name, then it's not there. Carmine works. Yeah, Sora doesn't have any pockets, guys. He can't possibly hold more than one nut at a time. Darth Pudding. What do? I make pudding evilly. Okay, shoot, I'm actually a little turned around. Hang on, I've already turned in one. Okay, yeah, so I think I'm just missing the one. There it is. It's over here. Okay, yep, I actually remember this one, because we gotta do this nonsense. There we go. He makes pudding for himself. Well, I mean, for herself. For herself! And for no one else. Look, don't worry. Sora will finally drop his nuts in the next game. We're done. There's no more nuts. What do you want? What do you want from me, game? There's no more nuts. They're all dead. I killed them. Myself. Yeah, Darth Winnie. Even Darth Pooh is just like, Now, Darth Ursine. That could work. Okay, hang on. Oh my god, I've never wanted to murder Winnie the Pooh more than this.
Death!
I'm not Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or am I? No, I'm Eeyore. We all know. I'm Eeyore.
Why are you taking caffeine pills if caffeine gives you migraines?
I'm not.
Why
That's for the trip.
Why do you need them?
This is gonna be a 14-hour
You
trip.
didn't need to buy those. And also, why are you expecting to be the one that's doing all the driving?
I'm not, but there's no reason not to be prepared to be the one doing all the driving. That's just
I
basic
also
logic.
have
I do need to talk to you about one thing about that, by the way.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how to get to that.
Crawl? Like that.
I have discovered how to get to that. It was very difficult. That was so difficult to do. You don't even know. That was just that took
Are we
everything.
unmuted?
Yeah, we're unmuted.
Okay. When is this game estimated to be finished?
Tomorrow.
Really? That fast? What is tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, so at this rate, I don't know if I'm ever going to be finished with this game.
Because I can't find the nut.
Because I can't find the nut.
Go look it up.
That's actually a good point. I might be at that point. But hang on.
Have you gone in that hole up there?
Yeah, I just did that.
Okay.
All right, try root.
Hey, what's that?
Ah, I see it. I see it. Like as I was too late. 'Cause I already made the jump.
I found it.
Hang on, there we go. It was to the left. What do you know? Okay, how the hell am I supposed to get over there? All right, so I can walk on this. Can I walk on this? I love this camera. It's a
Yes.
great camera. Hey, okay.
I helped.
All right, you goddamned owl. Come here before I boil you.
I thought it was Pooh you wanted to kill.
I'm gonna kill both of them. They're all dead. They're all dead. Okay, can I leave? Do I have to talk to someone?
No, so the reason I was asking how long it was going to take you is because I am working on putting together lists of doing things. And I needed to know when you were going to be done.
So my you don't exist list is, once I'm done with this, I'm going to wrap up here, which will not take long. And then I'm just going to start tackling the stuff I know needs to be done in the yard. If you have more important stuff to me to do,
No,
like throwing stuff away,
yard is great
or...
place for you to start with that.
Okay.
Actually,
I have Pillars of Snow. The bees! Okay. But we have all the pages.
Nope. You don't have that page.
We have all the pages.
Nope, see? You don't have that. It's shiny.
No, that's the exit.
Oh.
No, you're right, though. We don't have this.
Yeah. So, do you need to go to that thing? Or is that where you are?
There's a save. How long did that take us? That took us 45 minutes.
To find the nuts?
And to do the minigame right before it, which you missed, which was also terrible, by the way.
Yeah, so Kazra came up and tried to talk to me.
Take fire!
Come on! Come on! Come on!
Well, we saved some puppies, but that wasn't what I was here to do.
What are you trying to do in this room?
Well, we're trying to find a page. We need the entrance to Chamber 4, which I haven't found yet, it's worth noting. Yeah, this is Chamber 6. Oh, okay, there's a chest here, so sure.
There's some chests.
Anyways, could you go get the food so it doesn't get anti-eaten, please? I'll be up very shortly.
No, there's another chest over there. Over there. That way.
I see it, I see it. See, I don't have loot senses.
And back. Wait, there might be one over there. Yeah, see? Oh, and there. These chambers.
There it is. God damn. Okay, so there's our final page. We apparently did not get the monster one. Holy crap. Now I just have to get out of here. Mr. Wizard, get me out of here, please. So anyways, dinner is now here. So let's go here. Tomorrow... Actually, I did not know that, Pillar Snow, until you mentioned that in the comments, because I saw it in the comments. Yeah, so dinner... So tomorrow, we'll go ahead and finish up Winnie the Pooh. Poke it, Phantom. I don't care about fighting and defeating Phantom. We'll poke at Kurt Ziza. We might actually finish him. And then, yeah, our finale. See you then.